Why? Why landscape photography? Why out of all the various fields of photography, I decided upon this particular one being my main focus? That is the question I want to answer today. Why landscape photography? I find myself asking that question all too often, especially when I come out on foggy days like today and there's not too much around me to shoot. Of course, with photography being a hobby, there is nothing stopping me from branching out into other areas of photography whenever I want. I'm not tied to landscape photography in any shape or form. If I want to, I can go out and do sports photography, I can go out and do wildlife photography, I can go out and do wedding photography if ever I wanted. So why, with all these different areas of photography, why have I not tried branching out and trying something new? What's stopping me? What about wedding photography, for example? Suppose, if I'm being honest, you want to make money in this industry, that is one of the surefire ways to go. I think the horror stories put me off too much. I'm sure there's some lovely experiences as well for photographers. I know a couple of wedding photographers and they've got some great memories to share when they've done shoots, but I think the introvert in me really puts me off having to work with people in that capacity. The same could be said for portrait photography. But then again, you're working with people, you've got to meet their expectations. I'd be too afraid of letting people down. I mean, just because I've got a camera doesn't mean to say that I'd do well if I was to instantly branch out into any other areas of photography. Take landscape photography, for example. I've been doing this for 3 years now. I still feel that I take more bad shots when I head out than good ones. Naturally, you've also got things like sports photography, and given my interests, I suppose it would be a great way to bring all my hobbies together. My love for football, motor racing, and my love for photography. I always think that I'd end up being more focused on the event than taking the images, and I'd miss out on moments because I'd either be celebrating seeing Charlton score, doesn't happen too often, or I'll be seeing them concede and I'll be a bit annoyed by that fact. Motor racing photography though is something I've always wanted to try. Brands Hatch is not too far away from home, so I might take the camera, might take you along later on in the year, actually give it a go for once, see how I get on. The last area of photography that I wanted to mention today is wildlife photography. I've got the lenses to be able to do it. I've got my 100 to 400mm. Pretty much take it everywhere that I go, so that if I come across something, I can shoot it. And every now and again, I do enjoy capturing shots of the wildlife when I'm out and about on days like this. Nothing to shoot and find today though, but as a whole, wildlife photography, I've got so much admiration for those who do it. The patience you must need to have to wait for a bird to fly across the scene, for a deer to raise its head while it's grazing, the same with a horse, any animal, whilst it's feeding really. So I've got a couple of shots in the past. I just don't have the patience for it though. landscape photography. Out of all the areas of photography, especially the ones that I've spoken about in today's video, landscape photography is the one for me. It's not just coming out to locations such as this one. For some reason, I always find that getting out into nature is oh so calming. It really does help to relax me. If work has gotten a little bit stressful, I really find coming out with the camera, doing a little bit of landscape photography is a great way to relax. This is nice as well because I like to get out, as you know, nice and early most mornings, and I do that because apart from a couple of dog walkers, you come out to a location such as this one and you've got it all to yourself. Well, most places anyway. Of course, when I went to the Peak District, it was a completely different story, but here in Kent, I can come out and it's just me. Got a few cars rumbling around on unseen roads, got birds chirping around, but the sounds of nature, they're just really peaceful, they're just really relaxing. And if I can get it right, it's really difficult to achieve at times, but if I can get it right, you come out here during golden hour, being able to enjoy these locations, some landscapes, some viewpoints that you're able to see, getting to enjoy them during some lovely golden hour light, especially at sunrise. It makes it even more special, it really does. Of course, the frustration with landscape photography is you can go out with all the best intentions in the world. The forecast can say one thing, or one forecast will say one thing, another forecast will say another entirely, and you've got to weigh up which one could possibly be true and which one could possibly be false. I had a feeling that coming out here this morning there'd be a little bit of fog. I've been out to this location once before when it was foggy, and what happened on that morning was fog enveloped this valley that's shrouded at the moment in the distance, and over time the valley just cleared a little bit of fog and it just allowed me to get some beautiful shots of into the distance. Really was a special morning to get out, but I've only been able to achieve it once so far. At times you can go out for landscape photography hoping that you might get one type of condition, and the forecast will go, no, what I was saying to you the other day, I've now changed. So there's a lot of second guessing. When I came out to this particular spot where I'm standing now, the valley floor, the fields were just shrouded, you couldn't see anything at all. And now there's a little bit just clearing. It's coming up, it's just gone 9 o'clock in the morning. So I'm hoping that as the sun rises, it's going to burn away a little bit of this fog, and I might just get a little bit of detail in the distance. I think we'll have to wait and see. I talk about not being very patient with wildlife photography. I think this is another example of where I just need to learn a little bit of patience. Maybe just wait it out, see what happens over the next hour or two. And hopefully if it clears, I'll be able to get some shots that I can share with you. But we'll have to wait and see. Nope, it doesn't look as though this fog is lifting like what I hoped it would. You win some, you lose some, but at least I managed to get out with the camera this morning. Like I say, it's always nice and relaxing whenever I do so. It's not about the conditions, it's about getting out and just enjoying myself in the process. But for now, this is where I'm going to leave you. Thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you on the next one. But it's goodbye.